Good late morning, Big Brothers fans. It is 11 o'clock Eastern time. I'm much later than I normally do this, but I didn't have to go to work today, so I slept in. We've got 13 hours left without the live feeds because CBS sucks sometimes. I'd like to know who made the call. Who makes the decision that last year we got the feeds back at 4 in the morning, Big Brother time. This year we don't get it back till 9 p.m. Big Brother time. Who made that decision? Who thought that it would really make much of a difference? Because CBS has been doing fine in the ratings, great in the ratings. What are they worried about? Except for ticking off a certain part of their audience, which I understand is a small part of their audience. We are not the largest part of the Big Brother audience. However, sometimes you feel like we're not even considered at all. And I know that's not necessarily the case, but man, so annoying. So the feeds are off until 9 p.m. In some ways, that's good. I mean, I can complain about it, but for me, it's like, hey, you know what? I don't have to worry about missing something important happening because no one's going to know about anything important happening. But in the other hand, I don't like not knowing. So I don't know what to do. Last night's show, what have we missed since yesterday? Let me think. Absolutely nothing on the feeds that I can think of. We knew what was going to happen. Cody knew he was going. It was all pretty straightforward. So, not a whole lot to report there. But, on the show, the recap annoyed me. Or I said the recap, but the 5 minutes worth of show they did before, Julie started having them give their speeches, which they seemed very well prepared for. It wasn't like they were like, we've got another 20 minutes. Maybe for them a sense of time when Julie goes to them, it's time to go. Maybe they prep them in such a way that it didn't seem early to them. I'm not sure, but it sure seemed like Elena wasn't like, oh my God, what's happening? She seemed like, oh, it's time for me to talk, even though she completely sucked at talking. Not a very good audition for you, Elena. Sorry. They basically took the cereal fight. They skipped the fight about cereal where Alex ripped into and the house ripped into Cody, and skipped to the part where Elena argued with Josh. And of course, that was done to make people think that maybe there was a slight chance that Josh was not going to go, or not Josh, that Cody was not going to go. But all it took was the next 2 minutes where they did their speeches where it was very obvious that, yeah, it's Cody going. I mean, it was just, Cody's, his speech was like, I know I'm leaving. And Matt's speech was, I ate a lot of cereal. And Elena's speech was just completely all over the map with cluelessness. So, I don't know. The one thing that, the raspberry thing by at least Alex and Jason, I'm not sure if others did it too, because they only showed them, but I know they had planned to do that. It didn't matter what Cody said, they planned to do that. So that was kind of annoying to me. It was rude. It was, I don't know, it's like, we can't even, a little bit of respect, a little bit of, hey, yeah, good game. I mean, he is a jury vote, Oh, he'll get over it. Or maybe Paul stoked the fires and said, you should do that, because he knows that they'll be ticked at him more than him. If so, good for Paul, but God, man, I don't want Paul to be there at the end. But so, jury vote happened, or the jury, Cody gets evicted. Cody walks over the table. Okay. Doesn't touch and shake anybody's hands. Okay. We knew what was going on. Of course, some people would say, well, that was rude. He should have done that. Well, maybe you're right, but I mean, he's dealt with him for the last week knowing that he was going to be evicted and been yelled at not constantly, but several times. He went out the door as quick as he could, but damn it if Jason didn't run over and grab the door, or Mark. One of them ran over and grabbed it and he held it open so they could still take a brief glance outside into the audience. So I was annoyed with that, because that always annoys me. And what else? Talked to Julie, said he'd married Jessica, then he kind of caught himself. I don't think it was like, oh my God, it wasn't as much a caught himself of, he wasn't serious, it was more of a, oops, I didn't mean to say that right here. So it was kind of cute. I mean, what it was. Don't get married though, Cody. You two are not going to last. All right, let's be honest here, folks. They are not going to last unless Cody makes a major transformation in who he is. I don't think they're going to last, and I don't think Jessica's going to come around to his mindset. He wasn't usually questioning the way she thought. It was more her questioning the way he thought when they were in the house. So there was that, and then we got on to the next competition. They did the next head of household competition, which was a knockout, which, as couple of people pointed out, if CBS was trying to help Mark and Elena stay in the house, that is not the competition you want to set up. That's not the competition you wanted to present them with, because that's a complete setup to let a gang, and I say gang just let a group of people, if it's a large group of people versus one or two, that's the best kind of a competition, because they forced Mark to try, to go multiple times. Mark would have had to go on every other time to win, and he failed, on his third try? So he won 2 out of 3 tries, but he just has to lose once to be done. And so that's why that competition is designed to, and the first time he went, he had to go against Elena, which is exactly what you do. You pit the people you don't want to make it to the end. Now, the big question is, why the hell wasn't Mark picking Paul? Why did he not pick Paul? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Nobody picked Paul. Until the end, it was Paul and Christmas, or Paul and Jason, whatever it was. That just said it all right then, when nobody even, it seemed like they almost tried to give Paul it, but I don't think Paul wanted the head of household. Why would you want the head of household? You knew that Mark was the one going home. That was a wasted head of household. They let Jason, fine, have it, Jason. You can be head of household on a meaningless one where no matter who got it, they were targeting Mark. So this is not a head of household to brag about. Once Mark was out of the head of household, there was no need to care about who won it. It was a hollow head of household. So the Power Veto competition, Mark and Jason, Mark won it. Okay. That was like, oh my God. There you had, after the Power Veto, or after the head of household competition, when Mark came in and Josh came in, there was the other shining moment of Josh comes in going, bye, right behind Mark. And it was like, you dick. And then Mark won it, so he stayed. And Mark did not, you will notice Mark did not say, hello, like, I ain't going anywhere. Just when yesterday I was kind of like, Josh isn't that. I'll forgive Josh some of his transgressions. He's kind of, no. Josh is a dick. If he thinks that's the appropriate way to act and he chalks it up to gameplay, whatever. It's not gameplay. You're just a dick. So, Mark won the Power Veto. Thank God he didn't use it on Elena. Maybe he had the point to say, if there was 2, I'd save you, but there's only 1 and I'm going to stay in here. And I think Elena said, no, you should stay. I do think that. I don't think Elena's interested in Mark as more than a friend. I mean, they'll go out on a date, and maybe it'll be a one-night stand kind of a date, but she's not going to be... No, she doesn't want Mark for the long term. So, Elena got evicted, talked to Julie, end of show. They announced a surprise. Oh, did I say I thought an alum would come back? Did I say maybe Victor or maybe Michelle? Yeah, I was wrong. Maybe Derek. Because Derek is such an interesting house guest. Because Derek has so much to offer as far as being, fun to watch on the feeds. Derek is not known for being someone that you want to watch on the feeds. Derek is not someone that you go, oh, I can't wait to see Derek on the live feeds. He's going to bring it. He's going to make it interesting. No. Derek is one of the best players of Big Brother, and especially, obviously in his season, and he won. He kind of ran the house, but he's not someone to watch. Are they trying to compare Paul to Derek? Because it ain't working. It ain't happening. They may keep trying to do it, but it's not the case. Paul is not Derek. Paul is still never going to be in my top players of Big Brother. Not happening ever. And this isn't a bitter jury thing. This is a no. When you set things up for a house guest to do things, to succeed. I don't even believe the video that's going around there now where Paul yells at Josh and says that golden apple was for me. No, he wasn't. That wasn't for him. And he wouldn't have taken it because he knew he would have put a target on his back. But now that it's over and done with, maybe he wants to yell about it. But I thought he was joking completely when he said it. So those of you that think that's a conspiracy thing, no. Were the friendship bracelets a conspiracy? Yeah, it kind of gives you an advantage, doesn't it? If you can give out 8 things to people to give them immunity, you get to name half the house as immune, or 7, or whatever it was. That's a special little treat. And you get 3 weeks of immunity by giving America the choice to vote for one person coming into the house, and they only know one of the people who placed second last year on Big Brother and who a lot of people felt got ripped off last year. But that was last year. I didn't think Paul played some kind of a stellar, he was an awesome player last year. And what he's doing this year isn't making me like, oh my God, he was so ripped off last year. He should have won. No, he's not. He's no. All right, enough of that. So Derek's back. Derek's gone by now. He came in, probably hosted the head of household competition. Remember, they had Paul host a head of household competition last year on Big Brother Over the Top. And what you saw was that Paul really didn't know who anybody was. He kind of went and did the motions. That was actually where I started going, yeah, no, don't care for Paul. Nobody that, in my opinion, all right, I got to be careful about this all-inclusive, I'm telling you how the rest of the world felt, because when other people do that, I get really annoyed. So the folks that I follow that watched Big Brother, the ones that were watching Big Brother at the top, seem to be in agreement that Paul mailed in that appearance that he did on Big Brother Over the Top. He didn't know who anybody was. He kind of went through the motions. And the problem was the entire thing, it wasn't a taped thing. It was entirely on all the time. And so we got to see how little Mark or Paul seemed to give a damn about certain things. So, Derek probably hosted the head of household competition, probably talked to him a little bit beforehand, but, whatever. And, I don't know. Now they've had their new head of household. They've done nominations maybe by now. I don't know. But nominations won't be shown until Sunday. So they haven't done nominations yet, but they'll do nominations before the feeds come back. So there'll be the scrambling. And, yeah, I don't know what all they're going to show on tonight's show. I guess maybe if it was an endurance competition, but would Derek sit around for an endurance competition? Is there going to be flashback? See, there'll be a recap of the double eviction show, interdispersed. If it's an endurance, they'll have an endurance at a household competition, and then interspersed within that, they'll have flashbacks to the double eviction. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do a segment on what's Derek been up to. Maybe Derek's going to do a little I don't know. I'm not going to be pleased with tonight's show. I can guarantee you that. So I'm going to be grumpy. But I'm already grumpy. So I think I've talked too much. Normally I would have been at work by now. So what else? We have our podcast tomorrow. I'll be doing several Periscopes today. This is my one car cast, but I'm driving. I'm moving my son into college. One of my is moving back to college, and so I got a car drive by myself for another hour and a half. And as soon as I get done with this, I'm firing up Periscope. And then after he's all moved in, I got another 2.5 hour drive home. So I'll do another Periscope or two. So yeah. So you can tune in for all that. And I will talk to you guys on Periscope, all right? So our podcast will be tomorrow. We're going to be grouchy on that too. Look, people complain that we don't seem to like Big Brother, that we're always grouchy. I don't know what to tell you. We're not grouchy. We love the show, but it just annoys us. And this season is really annoying. This is, and I said it last night when I thought Mark was going for sure. I thought this is like season 6, except for we don't have a Janelle. Right now, our Janelle is Mark. Mark is our Janelle, and Mark is no Janelle, by the way. So let's be clear on that, okay? Mark is the closest thing we have to Janelle on this season, and this season is Big Brother 6. And instead of worshiping Cappy and missing Cappy, they've got Paul in the house sitting around still. So, yeah. That's what's up. I'm really going with the Big Brother 6 angle. I do need to go back and look at where Big Brother 15. I need to do that. I need to figure out where we're at in the Big Brother 15 season too, because I don't know now. I need to figure out where we were in the Big Brother 6 season, as far as who was left at this point. Because were we down to, was Howie already gone? Or was Howie and, or did I don't remember. All right, I'm out, guys. I don't think I'll do another car cast today, but remember, you can catch my Periscopes. You can find those on, I don't know, you can go to Periscope from your computer, or you can go to my Twitter account, BBGOSSIP, and those, they're on there if you search in my timeline. I understand I tweet a lot, though, so I won't be tweeting a lot today. And you can watch my Periscope. It's just like this, except for I can actually see what questions people ask. But I don't video. It's not me. I'm not looking at the camera. It's just out the front windshield of my car, or my simulator, as I say, since some people are worried that I'm driving while I'm periscoping. So that's what's up. All right. We'll talk to you guys later on. Have a good one. You got 12 hours and 40 minutes from the end of this, which means you've got less time to wait for the feeds to return. And oh my God, by the way, if Mark didn't win Head of Household, tomorrow's show's going to be really, really bad. Unless he wins Power Veto again. There is that. There is that hope that he can just go on a run and win Power Veto again. And will they try to backdoor him if Mark doesn't win Head of Household? Will they try to backdoor him and keep him from playing for Power Veto? I need a magic moment. I need something to go completely the way I want it to. And and nothing has this season. I don't even think Scott said the only thing that's gone well the way we wanted this season was Jessica getting the halting hex, but you know what? Even in that case, it wasn't as good as it could have been. It was kind of, I mean, we got it won for her, we voted for her, but other than that, it didn't play out as well as we'd hoped. So, but that's partially her fault because she told people she had it. Oh, she played that horribly. All right, I'm out. You got me for 20 minutes this time. I haven't gone as long. I used to go like 29 minutes. The max on this, I think the max now is like 45. Be glad I'm not talking to myself for 45 minutes. Have a wonderful Friday, guys, and a good weekend for those of you that only listen to my Spreakers, all right? Take care. Catch our podcast tomorrow night, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Go to BigBrotherPodcast.com. There's all kinds of links there. And you can listen to last week's if you never heard it. All right? Bye-bye.